This is the plaintiff, Mark Hennig. He says the defendant scammed him by taking a down payment on a fishing boat his friend was giving away. The guy attempted to sell him something that was already free. The scammer was just going to take his money knowing what he was doing was wrong. So now he wants the con man to refund his deposit and all the money he's out. He's suing for $500, the money he's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Bill Carroll Jr. He says the plaintiff's a bit out there, so to speak. The guy gave him a deposit for the boat, never picked the thing up, and he sold it to someone else. The plaintiff said he'd remove the boat in 3 days. He waited 3 weeks, had to get it off his property, and well, here they are. He's accused of selling something that wasn't his in the first place. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $500 for defamation of character.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says he gave the defendant a down payment on a fishing boat, a boat that was being given away. But the defendant says it was a legit sale, and the plaintiff just didn't pick it up, so he sold it to somebody else. It's the case of fishtails.
Douglas, Mark Hennig,
yes.
You are suing Bill Carroll Jr. for $500 that you say he owes you in money that you put as a down payment on a boat. Money you put to repair that boat, and aggravation. You are counterclaiming against him $500 as well. What a coincidence. For defamation of character. What happened?
Mr. Carroll told me he had a good friend that was selling a boat, and I could steal it for $600, which, you know, for a boat that works is a great deal. You know, the boat was older, needed a little work, clean up, etc. So I went and looked at it.
What kind of boat was this?
It was this Sea Ray.
Okay.
Then I gave him, I believe.
Did you ever speak to the owner when you went to go look at the boat?
No, he claimed it was his good friend.
Okay, so go on.
So then I gave him the money, $400. I gave him a battery, which I have the receipt for here.
You gave him $400 as a down payment or $200 as a down payment?
No, $200.
$200. Go on.
And then another $100 to check the boat and get it running for me.
Okay, so you gave him $300 and a battery.
Right.
Okay, and what happened?
Then I had a friend of mine, Robert.
Step on up, Robert. Go ahead.
He was interested in, you know, maybe buying half of the boat with me because he always wanted a boat.
Right.
So I took him to see the boat, and lo and behold, while we're there, the tenant comes out and says, you know, hopefully you guys are going to get rid of this thing. You know, we're giving it away for free. and then he thought I was trying to scam him for $300.
Really? Right. That's what I would think. And then you say...
I said I couldn't believe it, that he pocketed the money. It wasn't his boat. I have a note here from the owner of the boat saying that he was giving it away for free.
What kind of premises was the boat when
Apparently
you went to
visit? It was where the owner had his business and he had a tenant living there.
Okay. The tenant comes up to you and says, you taking this hunk of junk out of here? I want my land. Okay. So, Mr. Carroll, what's going on?
Not much. How are you? I acquired 2 boats from that said property. I got them both for free. I sold both boats. He came. As I said, I acquired the boat. I made a deal with him.
How did you, quote, acquire the boat?
Through a friend that knew the tenant that I wound up actually being on a job site because the owner of the property is a plumber. I'm an electrician.
Was it on Craigslist for free?
No. I put it on Craigslist for free after this and got rid of it. Actually, I wound up making money on transporting the boat.
You're just a little mover and shaker, aren't you?
Well, I'm an electrician by trade. It's very slow.
Okay.
I buy and sell boats all the time.
Okay, so what happened in this case?
In this case,
this fellow, the owner of the land had 2 boats, or the tenant of the land had 2 boats?
No, the owner of the property had 2 boats.
Okay, and what discussions did you have with the owner of the property about those boats?
That I took possession of the boats, and I had to get them out of there as soon as possible.
Okay, but you didn't take possession of the boat because when he went
I took possession of the papers for the boat.
Did you register it in your name?
No, I resold.
Okay, that just means that the papers are in your hand. Like the postman doesn't own the boat if you mail them. Okay? So you didn't really take possession of the boat.
Well, does a person that has a used car dealership ever sign the papers that he has?
No, but the person who has a used car dealership does one thing that I'm a little bit concerned you didn't, and that's fully disclose the circumstances. According to and that is important because when a person has full disclosure, they know what their legal rights are. If you are selling the boat for $600, then if anything goes wrong and he wants the $600 back, he needs to sue you. But if somebody else, the owner of property, say, is selling the boat for $600, then if something goes wrong, then he can sue that person who has a deep pocket and might be able to pay back the $600 and isn't moving and shaking and trying to do things because business is slow in the electrician business. So a man has a right to know, or a woman, anybody has a right to know when they contract who they are dealing with. It is the essence of a contract that everybody's on the up and up. I'm a little bit concerned, Mr. Carroll, that there's nothing wrong with what you did so long as everybody knows what's going on. According to him, you never disclosed that that guy was giving it away for free and that this was, hold on, let me finish, and that this was, I guess, in essence, a finder's fee for you.
It wasn't a finder's for me. I was selling the boat to him. I took possession of the boat.
Except for you didn't, because you didn't take possession of the boat. Show me the letter you got from the owner of the property. The owner of the property is a little angry at you. Little bit angry at you. I guess this may be why it is that you got rid of it on Craigslist after that, because you don't want any problems with the owner of the boat. Blah, blah, blah. Such and such a Sea Ray. It was posted on Craigslist. I was giving it away for free. A man named Bill Carroll called, and apparently this fraudster tried to sell it to Mark Hennig for $600. Mr. Hennig lost about $500 he gave to Mr. Carroll as a deposit. Do you believe this to be legitimate?
No, I don't. Whose handwriting is it in?
How would I know? You think the owner of that boat and I are good friends? I don't know. You don't even know because you didn't bother to say, can I see that, Judge? You're just saying, it's not true.
Because I know it's not true. Is it notarized? Is it from the owner?
What, is yours notarized?
What?
Exactly.
What's notarized?
So
then how do I, that's not from the owner because I know Bob. And Bob did not do this.
What's Bob's number?
What's his phone number?
Yeah, you heard me.
I don't know. I have it at home. I have his business card at home. It's in my Rolodex.
Okay. People have Rolodexes still. Okay.
So if this guy sells the boat and it was never registered, does he have a right to do that? Anybody here own a boat?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think?
No, it's not rightfully his if it's not registered in his name.
Even if somebody gave it to him, he can't sell it if it's not registered.
I think he does have the right. If it was given to him, he should be able to sell it.
Even if it's not registered in his name ever.
But
Get back to me on that. What do you think?
I think he didn't have the right to sell it just because you need to show proof of it being registered. So
Like a title.
Exactly. So how do you know that the boat is even his?
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, I do.
You don't have phone numbers in your cell phone?
Yes, I do. Do
Find
I have
Bob's
his
phone number?
Huh?
Find Bob's phone number.
It's been, this phone doesn't have Bob's phone number. It's a new phone since that time.
You got an answer for everything. What happened with the battery?
He gave me a battery to check out the boat with. I put the battery in the boat. I checked the boat out. The motor turned. He asked for the battery back. I brought the battery back to his house. I put it in his carport. I don't know why, but I took pictures of it.
Oh, you took pictures of it, you didn't take photocopies of the fact that you ever had paperwork on the boat?
No, this was because this is all started I didn't give him the battery back until 2 or 3 weeks later.
I was told that he had somebody drop it off at my house.
It was me that dropped it off.
And did he?
I never got a battery at my house.
Show me the picture of the battery in place. How do I know you didn't just like take a picture of it and then take the battery back with you?
Why?
Why? To have a battery. What do you mean?
Okay.
Because now everything's just a
You said he
fan
has a receipt for the battery.
Now you're mad he's defaming you.
It was a used battery.
Okay.
In one of the letters that he
Is
left.
that your property? Here's a picture of the battery on your property. I have no idea what he did with it after he took the picture. But
He left me a
I'm
message.
just curious, is that your property? He left you a message what?
He left me a note on the windshield of my car saying he didn't get the battery, sarcastically.
How do you know the tone do you have the note?
Yes, I do.
Let me see.
I tore it in half because I was going to throw it away.
That I believe. My cop buddy verified you as a certified loser. Never got battery. Owner will testify you robbed me of $300. Pay up. So
That was on the
This was on the
windshield.
same day that you delivered the battery, according to you?
No, that was at least a week or two after.
Why would you leave the battery out in the front yard like that?
Look at what else is left there. Everything's there.
His garbage can.
His garbage can. There's an outdrive there. There's boat parts there. There's hoses. There's stuff. There's a chair. There's a radio.
Yeah, it's an old chair. Okay, I got it. Why would you not, if you knew that
I called him as soon as
Why don't you wait for me to get my breath out? Why
sorry.
would you not, if you knew that this was heading to a bad place, hand him the battery and have him sign for it? Why would you, just out of curiosity?
Because I called him after I.
Because that's not how you do business. And that's not how you do business. And I believe he did leave the battery there, frankly. I think that you're so angry about the original stuff that that's why you're lying about the battery. But I think that you do business in a very funny way that I don't like either. Everything is fine. You're allowed to make a buck. This is America. Go capitalism. The thing you can't do is you can't hide facts. Otherwise, that person has a right to tear up the contract, so to speak. And I'm just not comfortable, Mr. Carroll, with your level of disclosure on it. So I am going to find that he has a right to pull out of the contract based on the fact that you didn't fully disclose. On your counterclaim against him for $500 for defamation, why?
Why? Here's a letter that he sent to my ex-wife. That he sent to my ex-wife. Okay? Yeah, this is it.
Nice touch. All right, let me see. Did he know? Did you know it was his ex-wife, or did you think it was his wife?
No, I remember him telling me he had an ex-wife.
So you sent it to his ex-wife? Your dirtbag ex-husband, that's the answer to that, rip me off for $350.
Yes, this is...
Before I take him to court, please have the pay me. He disconnect his phone to the lowlife. Okay.
He also claimed to have spoke to neighbors.
Wait, what did your ex-wife say or do?
Well,
Did her opinion of you get any lower?
Yes.
It did.
Yes. And that's I live in the same house with my ex-wife.
Really?
Yes.
No, well,
so I can't be that bad of a guy.
No, you have to have a pretty high opinion of each other.
Okay.
That or times have to be really, really tough. Really tough.
So I live
You're actually divorced?
Yes, I am divorced for 3 years, and we've been living together for 3 years.
But like living together? Or
No,
not?
No,
just...
It's a big enough house where we can avoid each other when we need to.
Do you have kids?
3 of them.
Little?
21, 19, and 16.
That's not little. What do they think about that?
Well, they
think it's
put
humorous.
it this way. I went through a divorce family, and my father, when he left, he left. So I refused to do that with my children. That's why I stay at home. I want to be the father.
Did she want you to leave? This really has nothing to do with the boat. I'm just fascinated.
Yeah.
Did she want you to leave or no?
Yes and no.
All right, and then what happens?
Now, this caused such turmoil to get a letter like this.
This caused turmoil?
You don't think so? If you got a letter like that?
I have a vision of you and your ex-wife chuckling. That's my vision.
No, my wife actually flipped out about it.
Your wife or your ex-wife?
My ex-wife flipped out about it.
All right, let me ask you a question. You acknowledge receiving $200 and then another $100, right?
No, I never received another $100.
Okay.
I received $200 from him, period.
So according to you, he never gave you any additional cash after the $200?
No.
All right, Mr. Hennig, I find in your favor, but only in the amount of the $200. You don't get $100 for aggravation, you don't get the battery, and you don't get the other $100 that he doesn't admit to having received. I have numerous reasons for that, not the least of which is that every note you leave, you talk about a different amount, so I'm a little bit concerned about you. On your counterclaim against him for $500 for defaming your character to your ex-wife, just don't see how that can happen, because she obviously has a pretty high opinion of you if you're still both living in the same house. She has come to peace with that. But I also don't think that, some guy who's angry because he says you owe him money really amounts to a defamation claim for you. So we're done. $200, verdict for the plaintiff.
Just hold it right there.
The plaintiff wins, but he doesn't get everything he sued for. The defendant here, you had something more to say when this case was ending. What was it you were about to say there?
Well, that was the only proof of defamation of character I have. He had claimed to have spoken to neighbors. He had claimed to have spoken to other people saying, I owed him money, this, that, the next thing, I'm a dirtbag. Well, you saw what he wrote. You can imagine what he said.
And did that cost you business?
It cost me, yes, it did to some extent. I mean, people believe what they hear sometimes.
What did your wife say when the letter came into the house?
You hang out with dirtbags, you're a dirtbag.
Okay. So you're still selling boats and
of course
doing business?
Of course.
But they're yours when you sell them.
Well, this was mine. I still don't believe, but this is if that's the law, that's the law.
All right, right around the corner, okay?
Thank you.
See what the plaintiff has to say coming out here. You didn't get everything you sued for. You come out with $200 because why don't you get paperwork when you give away money? Receipts.
Well, I guess I learned a lesson.
Did you know that he lived with his ex when you wrote that letter?
Yeah.
She lived in the house, and you were trying to cause some problems in the house?
Yeah. He deserved it. He ripped me off.
All right, over to Harvey.
You know, if it was registered in his name, he could have sold it, but wasn't the case here, and that's why he lost. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.